Let's do a walk away pull apart lamb shoulder that even the Kiwis might get amongst. Now the first step to an overnight lamb shoulder is keep it away from our Kiwi brothers and sisters, so we're going to disguise it by giving it a quick shave, and we're going to season it with a coffee-based backyard barbecue rub. Now the great thing about my method is you can cook it in the oven, the slow cooker, your crock pot, or you can even smoke it. Now first step, if you've selected a lamb shoulder, it's got a really thick fat cap. It should feel like a soft donut. If not, it's nice and hard. You're just going to run your a nice sharp knife over the top and just take it off small little pieces until it's nice and soft. Then once you're happy with the top side, flip it over, exact same thing, taking off any of that real hard fat. Cop a lot of that. How good is that? Now up to you if you use a binder. If your lamb is particularly dry, I like to use sriracha or like a Vegemite slurry. Nice even coating on all sides. That'll just help the rub adhere by about 10 to 15% more. With our coffee-based rub, season from about 30 to 50 centimeters high, it'll give you a nice even coverage. Run your hand around it. When you can only barely see the ruby red of the meat, you're good to flip it over and do the other side. Should look something like that. That's what I'm talking about with that slight ruby red coming through the seasoning. If you're going to eat all sides, season all sides. Now I'll be banging this onto the smoke, or you can put it into your oven. I'm doing this at about 10 o'clock, sort of just before I go to bed. That'll give it a good solid 8 or so hours. Wake up in the morning, we'll rip it off, cool it off, and we'll go from there. So I've seasoned mine at about 2 p.m. That gives it about 6 to 8 hours, roughly, depending on when I bang it on, in the fridge to dry brine. Right, time to get the shoulder out of the fridge. Dry brined suitably. Right, I'm going to set up the smoker. We're going to preheat it to around about 120 Celsius. You can do the same with the oven. All the steps and the lengths and times and texture and everything is going to be the same, whether it be the oven or the smoker. Now, for the aim of the game here for your Sunday roast is you want to be able to have time to do some errands around the house. Go do some lawn mowing. I don't know, drink some alcohol, spend time with the family, up to you. So I like to use a thermometer, then I can monitor it remotely. Battle plug is on, no need to lock out the diffs today, we're not going camping. Bella the barbecue coming to check on the progress. Right, now we've got those first coals partially lit, grab your smoking wood and you just want to nudge it up against those lit ones. That will get the smoke process started. We don't need it to be billowing smoke everywhere. Now we're happy with that. Diffuse the plate on top and throw your grill on top of that. Lid on. Have the vents on the opposite side to the fire that will draw the smoke across and pull it over your meat. Lamb on once you've preheated. We're going to let this ride for about 6 hours to go away. Do whatever you feel like doing. When we get a nice deep coloured bark or you get some nice caramelisation on the oven, that's when we'll move to the crock pot stage. Right, as you can see, we've got a nice ruby red through the lamb there. Bark starting to form, rub's not scratching off. This is the point here where we can start transferring it to the crock pot. So we'll crack on, get the veggies done, and then we'll transfer it over. Chuck your crock pot on medium heat with some beef tallow, some oil, etc. We'll get on with the prep of the veg. For the beef stock element, you can use something like that. You can use homemade, or you can even use a few OXO cubes. Side note, while we're waiting for ours to cook, Mrs. Q's got a little beef brisket number on the go. If you don't have any beef tallow, see my homemade beef tallow videos from previous. It absolutely works a treat and it tastes bloody amazing too. Onions in. Carrots, because they take the longest to caramelise. Then we'll bang in celery and the garlic. Next up, about 4 tablespoons of tomato paste. We're going to cook that off in the middle. Now, of course, bang in red wine. Beef stock. Right, lamb shoulder straight on top of that. Now, if your crock pot isn't quite big enough like mine, you can transfer that into a baking tray or a foil tray, and then we're going to cover that with some greaseproof paper and then some alfoil on top of that. Right, oven set to about 130 Celsius. We're going to let that ride until it hits about 95 Celsius, but what we're really looking for is tenderness. Don't go off time or temperature, we're going to go off tenderness. So as soon as you can push a skewer through it, it's got almost no resistance, you can start to peel off the top, that's where we want to go. So it'll probably take about another 3 hours from this point. Forgot to add a couple of sprigs of fresh rosemary, it won't hurt either. About 20 minutes in, start up your mash. We're just going to boil potatoes with an inch of their life. Right, the internal temperature is sitting at about 90 Celsius, so we're just going to have a quick Bo Peep and we're just going to stick a probe in it and see what it feels like. It's going through quite well. We'll let it go. We want it to go through like warm butter, probably about another half an hour or so will do it. Right, your lamb's almost ready. Now what you can do to save a bit of time, we can grab all the juices from the lamb cook, we'll pour it into a pot, let's reduce it now, and that will make a great jus at the end. Not too bad. Now we can just loosely cover that, and we'll just bang that back into the oven for about the last 10-15 minutes. Pull it out, rest, and then we should be good to go. Before we start, we're just going to ladle out some of that fat. It's pretty easy. Dip your spoon in, bang it out, or you can even throw some big chunks of ice in there. That will solidify the fat around the ice. Right, now we've got it up to a rolling boil. Throw in some cornstarch slurry. And if you get a little bit thick, you just want to thin it out slightly, just a dash of red wine, and then cook it out for another 5 minutes. Cop a load of that. Right, after all that, let's bang this down in our coal, shall we? Oh, stop it! A little bit of smoke, nice texture, the bark, creaminess. That's a nice little hit from that little sauce / stew that we made. Absolutely cracking. Make sure you bang that in.